Hello, welcome to a new video. So officially it's day 10 of my week, my production week. I'm not really going to count day 10, I think I pretty much did do it in 9 days. I did do a couple of tweaks this morning. I just added a couple of splatters, a couple more rollers and yeah, little bits here and there. But I think I'm now calling these all completely finished. So this is the first one. This is actually of Muchelney Abbey, which is here in Somerset. I haven't visited for a long time actually. Very magical place. I thought that was a good one to include. If you saw the process of this one in the last video, yeah, you'll know I didn't get the colours quite right to begin with, but I'm now really happy. I think this is the variety of colours now in the foreground. It's really interesting. Yeah, I'm really happy with that. As it's daylight now, you're probably not going to see most of the... If I do that, I'll lift it up towards the window so you can see some of the glitteriness, which I think I'm always going to include. I just think it's, well, for a start I think it's pretty and also I just think I like the added texture and I like the surprise, because I don't think you won't notice it all the time. Yeah, I like that. This one is obviously of Stonehenge. Well, I hope obviously. And that's from, yeah, all of these are from my own photographs or ones Chris has taken of me. So I'm quite pleased that I haven't needed to use pictures I found off the internet, which makes them feel a little more personal. Yeah, and I think it just adds a little more connection between me and the picture. I don't know, does that sound really arty-farty? It might do, but that's kind of how it feels. So I'm just going to say it. I am fascinated by Stonehenge. This is not the first time I've painted them, the stones, and it certainly won't be the last. I think because we travel past them to go over to Kent to see family, and I was just enchanted by seeing them for the first time. I'll never forget it. Yeah, when we used to live in Kent and then travelled west to get to Glastonbury Festival or Cornwall, just passing them, it just feels like, it just feels really magical. This one is of Corfe Castle. If you've been around a very long time, you might have seen the video where we went there for... Was it for my birthday? It was my choice because it was my choice for a family day out, because this is the castle that inspired Kiran Castle in Enid Blyton's famous 5 books, which I just absolutely loved when I was a kid. Very enchanted. Seeing the picture and spending so much time with the image of the castle, it just brings back all those memories of the adventure of seeing the place that inspired all the adventures that the famous 5 had. I hope you've read the famous 5 books, so you know what I mean. It just conjured up adventure for me. So again, another one I'm really pleased to have painted. Hello everyone, sorry I haven't talked much face to camera, partly because I had this awful cold, partly just because I just haven't felt like getting myself dolled up and looking nice, and it just hasn't felt worth it. I don't know why. And as much as I always think, oh, I'll just film without makeup, when I come to editing I regret it. But we've just been out for a nice Sunday roast, and so as I had a little bit of makeup on anyway, I thought I'd say hello. So earlier on today I took the dining chair back inside because I think I have done most of what I need to with the archway, and it's due to rain again later, which reminds me I need to put my chair cushions back in the pot. But yeah, I think it's looking really nice, and when you look down through there, I think it looks quite magical going into the sort of wooded bit, the wild bit. The pile of forsythia clippings is huge. I think I might try and bundle them up, and I don't know if you might remember from previous years, I've just sort of tried shoving them in the sort of border between us and the main road to help with a little bit of privacy and sound, you know, try and stop some of the sound. It's nice and quiet at the moment, I can actually vlog. Yeah, so this is about half the height of what it once was. I've got rid of loads of brambles and lots of sticky out bits. There's still more to do, and I don't know if you can see, but the climbing rose goes right up to there, so I think I might have to come back out with the chair again, or a ladder even, and maybe sort of just bend it over and tie it into the archway. Otherwise it's just sort of going up and flopping about. Now this one is Trevithy Coit. We visited here. Chris and I did a little tour of, it was one of our first trips on our own without the kids in my red camper van, and we visited some of the standing stones and interesting ancient places that we hadn't been to before in Cornwall, and this was one of them. And it's really bizarre because it's actually just sort of in a village surrounded by houses which I haven't included, but actually in the photograph I took you can't see the houses, so it's not too much of a lie. Obviously I have used artistic license for all of these pictures, and I included a little lilac sparkles in the sky for a touch of magic. These places do fascinate me. The fact that they're still there after thousands of years, just incredible. Imagining how they were used, standing stones, they do interest me. I'm definitely going to be including more in artwork to come. But yeah, it's towards the end of Sunday now, nearly bedtime, but I've had a really nice weekend out here in the garden getting some of these jobs done. I really needed to do a bit of physical activity, I think, because after that intensive art production week, 9 days, I was just ready to get active. Obviously a little bit of energy had built up there, which was nice. So I've also been cutting back the Mahonia. So I've got a big tub here. I think I have decided I'm getting rid of it entirely, and this hawthorn that has sprung up by itself, and I'm going to replace it with a magnolia. I've always wanted a magnolia. So now we're on to the fairies. There's less of a story, I suppose, about these because, as you probably know, these are from photographs I've taken of photo shoots for Threads of a Fairy Tale, my clothing business. So if you didn't know already, I do make clothing by upcycling, reusing good quality luxury fabrics and making new items from them, which has been really quite handy in giving me plenty of reference photos for me to use. And I've really had fun changing us all into fairies. So they're all based approximately on pictures of me and my children, but I have changed the faces deliberately, sometimes changed the skin tone deliberately. I hope that's not offensive. I want to be inclusive, that's the point of doing that. It is a bit weird, I feel weird doing it, but I think ultimately I feel that's the better thing to do than have every figure I have all white skinned. But this one particularly does look like my youngest daughter Jude. That's definitely the most accurate in terms of her face. Obviously, I think they're both very pretty, Rain and Jude. Well, it's a bit chilly and everyone's waiting for me inside for a little chat before Rain goes home. Look, Glastonbury Festival is coming together. I hope the weather's going to be nice. The forecast is a bit iffy, and just we've had such rubbish weather this year. It wouldn't surprise me if we do have a wet one, but fingers crossed it's dry. Anyway, I'm waffling on. I need to go back inside because it's nearly bedtime, and so I say goodbye for now. Yeah, like I said, I've changed colours and faces slightly because I didn't want them looking too much like us. But it is, again, it's really nice just remembering when we took the photos. That was at Nunney. Yes, there really is a village called Nunney near us in Somerset. Again, there's a video of the photo shoot. I might do. She does snot.
In the living room, I stuck one like a window toy to the living room one, so she couldn't hit the ball or whatever.
I went for a bright background in this one. It's good to try something different. Most of the pictures do tend to have a bluey theme. I thought, no, let's go a bit hotter. Let's go for reds and oranges for this one. It's quite bold, but I like it. And this one was at Godrevy Beach on the rocks there, and hopefully there is a sort of sense of sea just from the colour, sea and rocks. I feel like there is, and I feel like there's a sense here of a maybe autumn woodland. So I included like this leafy pattern here. Lastly, this one. I thought it was really nice to do a different sort of position, sitting down on a rock and with the wings up in the air. I thought that was nice. And I love the colours here. I love this combination of a sort of pinky, mauvey colour with the teal green. I think that's a beautiful combination. So that's all 9 pictures I've painted. I hope you've enjoyed looking through. Do let me know which one is your favourite. Do you have a room in your house where you could see the colours fitting in? And of course, do get in touch if you would like to purchase any of these. So there we go. Now I need to clean my desk because it's still covered in ink. And actually, before I get tidying up in here also, I'm going to show you, well, I'm not going to go through every single page, but when I've been cleaning up my desk, I've been pressing down these. I had these pieces of paper, good quality paper. I bought these off eBay. They've been cut down though from big sheets. They're a little bit wibbly wobbly in places, so I don't feel like they are professional looking enough to use this paper as pieces of work that I might back onto board and then varnish afterwards and then sell. But I thought, if in the future I do fairs and take my work to sell at fairs, then I thought taking some lower value work with me, I thought these would make excellent backgrounds for drawings. So this is what I've been doing, and they've made beautiful effects. I mean, the colour blending, which is all completely random and by accident, I think works out really nice. Beautiful colours, beautiful patterns. I thought I would do fairy drawings over the top. I'm really glad I've done that because I didn't know what to do with this paper other than just use it for my own practice drawing, I suppose. But yeah, so I shall get another piece and carry on cleaning this up and using the paper. It's working brilliantly, so I will continue to do that. And as I have been so busy, let me just take you off here. I mean, you know me by now, you know the state of play in here. But it is at particularly its worst. Look at my desk. Oh my goodness me. Because I've just been working so hard, and I've spread out onto the windowsill as well. Because this has taken all my time, and like down on the floor is a mess. I've really not been cleaning up as I've been going along. Do I show you the floor over here as well? Just very quickly, there's the floor. I mean, that's not, you've seen it probably worse than that if you've been around for a while. So it's definitely tidying up time now. Try not to get distracted by the cute cat. Yeah, it's quite a relief to come to the end of this week, actually, I'll be honest. And the next one to get back to, because I started this just before, is this one. So I've just done the drawing and the background, and I'm just sort of figuring out how I'm going to do the colours, where to do lights and darks, and then crack on with it. I have to say, I am thoroughly enjoying these watercolour boards. I mean, look at the effects that I've managed to get. You can really get the watercolour effects. Watercolour canvas boards these are. So it was quite different doing those 9 paintings on ordinary watercolour boards. These were just like using ordinary watercolour paper, basically. Okay, but before I start that, time to tidy up. Well folks, I've gone and done it again. I have done an eBay buy. Oh gosh, this is tough tape. I hope I've done the right thing, because this is a bit more money than I would normally spend on an eBay purchase. Because it is, let's just rip it open. Sorry about the noise. $72 tubes of Winsor Newton Designer's gouache. I am really quite excited. Let's have a look at the colours together. I'm leaning over, hang on, I'm gonna sit on the floor. So yeah, I wasn't sure. I emailed and I sent a message, but it was a bit late in the day, asking if all the tubes were soft and usable, and I didn't get a reply. But there were no other bids, so I thought I'm going to go for it because I use... Let's start opening these boxes, see what colours we've got. Because I use gouache a lot, and I use it like oil paint. So I use it quite thickly, and so I thought actually it would be really nice just to have lots and lots of it so that when I'm using it I don't feel like I need to be precious with the paint, because this worked out at like 1/5 of the price per tube as it costs new. The listing said mostly new or hardly used. My only nervousness was that they are a bit old. You can tell by the packaging branding. Yeah, so far they've all been pretty soft. Yeah, even the ones that are open. I just thought this is going to save me so much money, and hopefully there'll be some new colours here that I don't have. And there's a lot of colours I found out. So there's like cool grey number 1, 2, and I think there's a 3 as well. Oh, in fact there's number 5. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in cool greys. They stopped doing the different cool greys and warm greys altogether, and instead just have neutral grey, and so you can mix your own cool or warm, which is true, but I have been mixing cool greys and warm greys into other colours quite a lot because I've already got some old ones, so I'm quite glad to have some more. Gosh, you don't really get the scope of how many you've got when you're buying it on eBay. Yeah, I also use rollers quite a lot with gouache, and that uses up a lot of paint quickly, so I knew there were going to be duplicates. That doesn't worry me. Yep, that was the last one, so now I shall sort through them, perhaps work out duplicates, the ones that are open, the ones that are new. This is exciting. Lots of forest green. I'm never going to have to mix a forest green again. Yeah, I'm pleased. There's more brand new ones than I thought, and they are all soft, so good. Oh, apart from the Primal Violet, that's the same one I picked up before, isn't it? Yeah, that's rock hard. So let's put that to one side. Okay, cue time lapse. And I'm going to get my phone and listen to a podcast while I sort them out. Okay, I've gone through all of them now and put the ones I didn't have already, which was quite a few actually. There were only a couple that I already had in my gouache drawers. I found 3 more, so we've got 4 altogether that are solid. I'm assuming I could break them open and reconstitute them with water in the little, you know, find some empty pallets, you know, the little pan pallets, get them going again. They just won't work in the tube. I'm sure I could do that so they're not wasted. But yeah, my drawers are now a little too full. I do like to be able to see what I've got without having to rummage, so I might... Can you hear the cows moving? There's a tractor in the field and they're telling each other all about it. Yeah, so I might actually have a whole rejig of my cardboard drawers on my desk. Spread these out a little, because these I go to all of the time, so it's worth spending that little bit more effort, I think. Yes, very pleased. Particularly pleased with the reds. I was lacking in warm reds and now I've got some cadmiums, so definitely pleased with that. Some more purples. Yeah, very happy. It's 9:30 p.m. and it's this light. It's not quite as orange as it's looking through the screen, I have to say. That's quite unnatural. It's actually really green. Yeah, that's more like it. But yeah, I just had to come out here and wonder at how light it is, even though it happens every year. It's just a little bit of a surprise every time. Thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this video, and I'll see you again soon. Take care. Bye.